Hello, we're here with CEO of Hollywood Woodwork, Sebastien DesMarais. Welcome, Sebastien. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Frank. Thanks for having me.
So if you could give us a little bit of a background on your business.
Yeah, so Hollywood Woodwork, we are a manufacturing and a specialty contracting company here in South Florida. We manufacture custom architectural woodworking in both residential as well as commercial properties. And we also have a stone division that fabricates stone and a metal division that fabricates architectural metals. And so we produce those, we engineer, produce, and install those at construction sites here in Florida, in the Caribbean, as well as across the United States.
Beautiful. And you are a family business, and you have a particularity in being an ESOP also.
Yep. Yeah, founded in 1968 by my grandfather, John DesMarais. And then my father, Yves DesMarais, and his brothers grew the business over the years. And right around 2000, some of them were beginning to transition, look towards retirement. And that's when we started the path towards an ESOP, which is an employee stock ownership program. And so we started at 30%. We're now 42% employee owned and looking to go 100% employee owned here in the next few years.
That's beautiful. A real love for your employees. Give them some stake in the business.
Absolutely. We say a stake in the outcome. It makes you think and act like an owner. And we believe it's a big differentiator for us.
Absolutely. And it's part of your core values as well. Before we started working together, you were self-implementing some of the EOS tools. What were the challenges that you were faced with?
So the first thing that comes to mind is doing it in Excel was just not easy. And I love the new tools that we're using now online. But also being that we were self-implemented, we were just lacking the consistency of using the EOS tools. And once we became more rigorous on that, it helped us a lot to gain focus and consistency of progress and results. But pre-EOS, I would say the biggest challenges as an organization that we faced were alignment and accountability. And alignment was, hey, the leadership team thinks we're going here, but the departments and the managers are going in different directions, or everybody had their own goal. And that alignment wasn't as strong as it is today. And then on the accountability side is, while accountability was always a tough topic for us, and you get busy and the other things that you're working on sometimes go by the wayside. And so EOS has created a really strong focus on those on the business activities of making our organization stronger for the long term. So those were two challenges that we've seen some very nice progress in.
That's awesome. And you mentioned some of the tools already. Once we started working together, we honed in on several solutions. Can you name 1, 2, or 3 top things that really were solved with those tools?
Yeah, the biggest thing that we worked on initially was the people side of the company and the accountability chart. And do we have the right seats defined? And then do we have the right people in those seats? So that was a very important exercise for us. We restructured the company, not for where it was today, but for where we're trying to go into the future. And so we reevaluated that, and you encouraged us to think of it, what's the best for us today? And every year we've reevaluated it now, and we've made minor changes, actually significant changes. And so the organization has come to see of our structure as an evolving thing and not a fixed thing where people are in a righteous spot and they stay there forever. And that's a positive thing. It's made us, I think, more nimble. And it's helped us keep the right people and eliminate the ones that weren't aligned with our core values and our goals. So that was one of the first important tools that we tackled together. I would say after that, our L10 meetings are just invaluable to us. And being rigorous on those and talking about our rocks every week, our issues, has been significant. And I'd say something that's really exciting that we started now this year, which was our 3rd year formally, is we've been cascading those meetings down to the departments and special initiatives So not only does every department now have their own L10 meeting and going through all the same cycles that the leadership team is, but we also have initiatives such as like capital improvements, safety. So we have different topics that are important to our business that are cross-functional, that take pieces from around the organization and has them in that rigorous L10 meeting format, establishing goals, tackling issues, and working as a team to solve them. So those are some of the great tools that we've been.
Okay. We always get to somehow somewhere along the line, and we get a cutoff. So and hopefully we can hear you. We can continue and still hear you. Can you hear me well, by the way?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Fantastic. Sebastien, you made one huge change talking about the people. Was you were sitting, and you're a rather large company, you were sitting in both the visionary and the integrator, so the CEO and the COO seats. And you made a change at some point. You hired a person for that. How significant has that change been for you?
Yeah, two big changes, and it's related, but the COO hire, which was where we separated the visionary and the integrator roles, and then also I had multiple seats in sales and finance, and so with that we identified the right people in our organization and elevated them into those roles. So, but yeah, the integrator visionary dynamic is powerful, and it's one that we're finally starting to benefit from here, really only in the last 6 months. It was a big decision for us, and I'd say it has really changed the way we spend our days and the way we run the company. It allows us to focus a little bit more on that future and not just tackling the day and the problems or challenges or opportunities that we have. So it's a good balance. We're still figuring it out, but I would say I am really enjoying the new dynamic of that visionary integrator combo.
Yes, it's an important move, and as 6 months down the road, I'm sure you'll see even more benefits from it. Last but not least, Sebastien, when you look back, we've been working 3 years together implementing EOS. What would you say the major results, again, the top 2 or 3 results that you've seen from this exercise?
The results, I think, is a lot of focus. We have a much more laser focus on what we're trying to achieve as a company, and whether that's growth or profitability, we're all doing it together and in a more cohesive and focused way. So that's been positive. And growth, I mean, we have experienced some nice growth here in the last 3 years. And so we're working on the profitability. It's a tough time for profitability, and the construction very cyclical, and we've been dealing with some rather extreme inflation here in the last few years. But the top line growth is there, and the bottom line growth is following. So I guess those are some of the benefits that it's allowed our team to not only execute really well day to day, but also focus on diversifying our business. We've gone into new market segments, we've acquired new companies, and so it's allowed us to have both that long-term visibility as well as the short-term accountability and results that we're looking for.
Yeah, the focus you were talking about, the ability to really stay focused and also see what's coming up ahead, great benefits. Sebastien, thank you so much for your time. It's always a pleasure working with you and your team, and I look forward to many more quarters together.
Likewise, thank you, Frank, and I look forward to many more too.
Thank you, Sebastien. Be well.